ABL Hoopla with Dale Clarke and Monique Bowley.
Hello and welcome to the first finals edition of ABL Hoopla. And Monique, probably the most exciting week of the season so far.
Believe it! It's been an absolute schmozzle, Dale. There's been ejections. There's been tribunal callings.
Yep, the fans are angry. Plenty of drama.
It has been drama all around. There's been a bit of this between Norwood and North. Don't you think?
Yep, there was people playing trumpets in the crowd. Oh, you mean the fighting, yeah.
Yeah, look, I don't think that's the last we'll hear of the Rocky theme this finals campaign, methinks.
No, especially if Norwood and North meet again down the track.
That's right. Now, let's go through the results of the weekend for those that don't know.
We'll start with the men's. South took care of Sturt at Marion, 95-81, to keep their dream run going.
Sturt out.
Sturt are gone.
Boo-hoo for Sturt men.
They're gone, but your women's team still a chance to, still favourites to win the title.
That's right. And so now it's North playing South
in an elimination semi-final because Norwood beat North 97-74 in that fiery qualifying final. Now, the news out of that...
That's a very significant result for Norwood, isn't it?
It was, yeah. North lost Michael Zorich very early in the game to a controversial ejection, but whatever happened, Zorich was ejected from the game, and later in the game there was two more ejections, Nick Hambor and Andrew Webber.
Yes, now Nick Hambor making it two ejections in a row, week by week.
Yep.
I rang him today. I said, you better make the next one actually really something decent. Go out with a bang, I said. Now,
the people were calling for reports out of that game, but having spoken with Paul Arnott from Basketball SA today, there was no reports made by umpires, and since neither team has made a complaint in the last few days, it doesn't look like there'll be any further action. So,
you investigative journalist, you.
Yep.
So there will be no recourse for Andrew Webber legally or, tribunally, but there may be in the coming games.
That's right. If they play in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be a huge game.
Now, in the women's, not forgetting them, of course, in the elimination final, Southern were defeated by Norwood, so they're out. Norwood in fine form, flying into finals. And also, North Adelaide knocked off Forestville quite convincingly by over 30 points. So Norwood are going to meet Forestville this weekend in the doubleheader on Sunday, and we play North.
Now, let's not keep the man waiting any longer.
I know, poor guy.
The big game this week, Forestville versus Norwood in the men's and women's, but we've got Forestville men's coach Andy Simons with us. Andy, welcome along.
Thanks very much for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, mate.
You guys have met Norwood in a few big contests over the years, and this one's certainly going to be another fiery one.
Yeah, look, I don't know whether we've had too many fiery contests with Norwood, but we've certainly had some good clashes with them over the years, and look, they really gave us a touch-up the first time we played them this year, so, they're a very good side, and I think even teams maybe over the last month or so forgot how good they really are, so and they showed that Saturday night.
Andy, you've just had the weekend off, and if you win, you'll get another week off. Do you see that as an advantage or disadvantage?
Look, I don't know. It's hard to tell. We've been through both ways, to be honest, in the past. I think if you ask most teams if they had a direct route in the grand final, they'd take it. So we'll certainly be going out to win this weekend to take that path. And certainly at the start of the season, we set out at the start of the season to finish top and achieve that. Whether it's an advantage or a disadvantage, you can only probably really say with hindsight. If we can go straight in, we'll certainly take that path.
How are you going to beat them?
How are we going to beat them? We're going to hopefully stop them scoring enough points.
Generally that's the rule.
It is, but North are a pretty high-scoring team. And, they scored 122 against us the first time we played them this year and really, put our defence to shame. So we'll have a concentrated effort on how we want to defend them and hopefully we'll be able to put into practice what we're planning and keep them to a reasonable total because I think that's the key with them.
Andy, 2 years ago in the prelim final, you guys played Norwood at Forestville. At Wayville. I'm really looking forward to this rematch because last time you played them, Jason Dix hit a 3 to win the game, and I think there was a bit of biffo in the crowd, so there was plenty of drama. So It's certainly going to be a big game. What can you remember from that big night 2 years ago?
I can remember being 20 up at three-quarter time. I can remember Norwood scoring at will in the last quarter. I can remember us being, I think, a point down with 9 seconds to go, taking a timeout, diagramming an absolute gem of a play, which the final execution was nothing like. Dixie just went to the beat of his own drum and nailed a three, which now goes down in folklore history of Forestville. So that's what I remember. It was a fantastic game to be involved in, and to be honest, either team was going to be unlucky that particular afternoon, and we were confident that year that the winner of the grand final was going to come out of that particular game, so it was a big game for us.
Yeah, well, all the best for this week, and let's hope everyone gets through unscathed, but let's also hope it's a very well-contested match, so all the best for the weekend, Andy.
No worries. Thanks, Dale.
Good
Thanks,
on you,
mate.
Andy. See ya.
See ya. Bye.
Who's your tip, Monique?
Oh, God. Norwood are in such good form at the moment, but I think Forestville can outclass them. Mm-hmm. What about you?
I'm going to go for Forestville. Just thought I might mention that I got all 4 tips right last week, so...
Did you?
Yep, just quietly.
Yeah, just rub it in.
Yeah.
Now, slam or sham?
Well, for the sham, we were going to go with the ejections at Hillcrest.
Yes, even though they were actually physically the slam.
That's right, yeah. And if it brings a big crowd to the next time those two teams meet, maybe it is the slam. But we'll leave it as the sham.
Okay, sham. Sham on you. All
Silly,
of you boys.
Stupid.
Very naughty, bad. Headbutting is not on in games.
What's the slam?
The slam this week was, I think, representation in the crowd at the South Sturt game of some very high-profile basketballers.
Yep. Jacob Holmes, Luke Shensher, both in the crowds. Were they both supporting Sturt?
Yes.
It's disappointing.
I know.
Well, that's about all we've got time for. If there was ever a week to get out to a game, it'd be the grand final week, but this one's going to be good as well. So make sure you get out to a game this weekend. On Saturday night, Sturt in the women's. Sturt takes on North Adelaide.
At Pasadena at 6:30. And then it's North v South in the men at 7:30 at Hillcrest. And then Sunday, it's just a smorgasbord.
Double header. Forestville versus Norwood in the women's at 3:15. The men at 5 o'clock. And if you're super keen beforehand, Australia versus New Zealand in the under-19s, 11 o'clock in the men and 1 p.m. in the girls.
Really? At Wayville? Oh, fabulous.
It's a quadruple header.
It is. Well, make sure you get out to a game. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.